From entire maps that you just don't vote for to certain weapons that could get you bullied, I've gathered Rival's most popular unwritten rules that everyone follows but no one talks about. Starting off with that you shouldn't beg for keys, and I'm not trying to do all that, so I have my friend Brayden here to actually beg for me, and he's already begging. Let's come back later and see if anyone actually gives him. Now that the Christmas update is fully out, there's an unwritten rule that you always have to get your free charm by getting the present. And the way you actually end up getting it is by going into the lobby and seeing this present on the train right here and literally just touching it. And as you can see, I got it on my assault rifle. And this charm isn't going to be around for much longer, so make sure you get it while you can. Ever since they released the daily shop into the game, they've offered you something for free inside of this little section here. And it is actually an unwritten rule that you always claim it, because like, who doesn't like free stuff? For rule number 4, it's literally just not playing the Backrooms, because this map is not good. And if you somehow actually end up playing Backrooms, you have to use a shotgun or some type of explosive, or else there's just no way you're gonna win. For the 6th unwritten rule, you should go into your settings and turn on accessible flashes. It makes flashbang blinds dark instead of bright, and it does exactly what that says. So if you're getting flashbang, your entire screen won't go bright and kill your eyes, it will go black. Speaking of flashbangs, if you're in a 2v2 with a random person, do not use the flashbang because you're just gonna flash your teammate. But if you really need to use the flashbang, I guess you can try whispering whoever you're playing with and telling them you're flashbanging. But still, it's pretty annoying to your teammates, so I wouldn't even recommend doing that. For unwritten rule number 8, it's actually that you always have to clear your notifications, and I've been saving up exactly for this video. So I have 233 notifications, and a lot of those are actually just random charms. So next time you see this button right here, you just always have to click it. Now it looks like Brain hasn't gotten any gifts yet, but we're still gonna wait until the end of the video just to give him a better chance. Anyways, moving on, unwritten rule number 9 is that if you hear your opponent use a sniper, you also have to use the sniper to counteract that. Because if you don't, it's considered bad sportsmanship, and in my opinion, the only way that it's truly acceptable to break this rule is if it's an auto shoot mobile player that's also using katana. But besides from that, if you agree to this, you have to use the sniper for the rest of the game. Alright, for our next unwritten rule is that if you're on the map docks, it's that every single round practically, you're gonna go on one of the roofs and just take an aim duel. Nobody ever talks about it, but you always do it, no matter what. As you can see, he goes on the roof. A pretty common rule. I mean, everyone does it. I don't really see anybody, except if you're using the grenade launcher, go anywhere else but the roof on docks. That's why I love docks. I think I've said this in almost every single video I've made, that I love this map so much. And next time you're on docks and your opponent doesn't go on the roof, you can break some of the other unwritten rules that are coming up, because they only get way more insane from now on. Like this next one, which actually just requires you to use the knife if you're using the grenade launcher. And I'm not gonna lie, I think everyone does this one because everybody wants to hit that one insane clip like that. No! And if you aren't going for them and you're just using the grenade launcher normally, what are you doing? Wait. No! Oh, like it's just too fun. Anywho, now moving on to things that you shouldn't use. You shouldn't use the flamethrower, like literally at all. This is the most toxic weapon, and chances are if you use it, you're probably gonna get bullied for it. And my advice is to just not use any of those weapons and use something that's more fun and not toxic. When the round starts on arena, you always have to do one of the two things. The first one being that you want to use your scythe and dash up on top of here, or if you don't have the scythe equipped, you want to go to this ramp and just slide on there so you can see your opponents. I don't think anybody goes any other way unless you're being weird with the shotgun and you go underneath like that. However, the one thing that you do have to make sure is that you switch it up, because you can just get mollied and then you're dead. The next one is about 5v5s, where if your teammate gets 4 kills and there's one more person alive, you have to let them get that kill, as it's considered an ace. And we see this in many other games like Valorant and CSGO, and if you don't do it, you are considered a very bad teammate, since you have to let them kill the entire team since they're so close. Now talking about 2v2s, one thing that you must never do is complain to your teammate. Even if they're playing bad, the only thing complaining is gonna do is make them play much worse. Yeah, I'm recording this rule and it turns out my teammate is a literal cheater. What are the chances? So anyways, unless your teammate is a literal cheater like mine is, just don't complain to them and you're good. The next unwritten rule is that you must use the satchel in one of 2 ways, with the number 1 being obviously movement, and for the second one is to attach the satchel to your teammate. That way they can run in and go get the other kill. I missed one of them, but as you can see, 50 damage and easy wins. And now we can talk about the shop, because one of the most popular unwritten rules is that you have to check your shop every single time it refreshes. And although they might be a little bit more expensive than just opening them from skin cases, I'd say that this is a very worth deal. Unless you're using the chunkless skin. In my opinion, this is an unwritten rule. Never use this skin, man. Skin's terrible. Another unwritten rule is that you always have to use the colorful charm in-game if you ever get it. And I'm actually going to be giving my charm away to subscribers if I find you in-game, so make sure you subscribe or else you're not going to get my charm. The next unwritten rule actually takes place on Splash, and it's the fact that you always go to the middle trampoline, no matter what. Like, if you're not going to the middle... If you're not going to the middle thing on the trampoline, what are you doing? It's just an unwritten rule that you just always go to the middle against whoever you're going against. And, bro, I'm insane. Whoa. Pause. Everybody pause. And the same rule kind of applies to construction for me, because I feel like every single time I play construction, I just want to get on top of the crane. Like, how could you not? It's so sick being up here. And then you could just go for snipes on whoever you want. And it turns out I actually just got a Discord ping from Braden, and I'm not sure if he got gifted or he's giving up, but we're actually going to wait a little bit longer just to see if he actually did get gifted. And the next unwritten rule is if you're in the Nosny Games Discord server, you have all these codes that you can try out. And it is an unwritten rule that you try them all out. I actually didn't expect that to work, so thank God. But as you can see, you have to do it now before it's too late, or else you're just not going to do it, which is why it is an unwritten rule. Now let's go to free-for-all, because in free-for-all, you never use the minigun. Just like how you never use the RPG in a normal 1v1. It's so bad. For the next one, we're going back to 5v5s, because if your entire team uses one certain item, let's say it's the AR, you also have to use the AR. And if they also use the sniper, you have to use the sniper. Listen, I don't make the rules, but it is just the way it goes. If you were using bow, the next thing that you have to use is also the fists. You do this so you can get that nice little double jump and hit a little outplay on your opponents, if I can hit a shot. And if you're feeling very cool, you can add the daggers in there to get a triple jump. For rule number 26, you want to go into your settings and turn on hide tasks in duel. What this essentially does is it hides a big thing on the left side of your screen and probably will win you a couple of rounds if the other person has it on. To save yourself the trouble, turn this on and forget about it forever. Never turn it off. Another rule is no matter how many keys you have, do not buy the wrap boxes. Every single wrap in these are just way less cool than the ones you're going to get from events, so just don't get them. But the next rule is that if you have charm capsules, you really never open them. I don't think anybody opens charm capsules ever since the game came out, and you just hoard them until you do a big unboxing. The reason is that everyone has the colorful charm, so you don't even need to get charm. That's why you should subscribe, because I will be checking. For the last unwritten rule before we go on to Braden, it's about the Warhorn, because in any single team mode, either it's 2v2s, 5v5s, or 3v3s, you have to use it because it makes you so fast and is insanely good for the start of the round. And now that we're done with all the unwritten rules, I think it's time to go all the way back to the start and check up on Braden. Okay, Braden, I'm back from doing all the unwritten rules. Have you gotten any keys?
I got 10 keys, bro.
Wait, actually? Yo, okay, no, that doesn't mean that you should break this rule, but it worked for us, so... Maybe do it.